Hey YouTube, the other day I was playing with my Rubik's Cube and I found a way to reduce the beginner's method from 6 algorithms down to 4, making it much easier to learn. So I figured I should make a tutorial not only for people who want to learn how to solve the Rubik's Cube, but also for people who want to teach others in a more simple way how to solve it. So here it is, a 4 algorithm method for the Rubik's Cube. So let's start with the basics. On a Rubik's Cube, you have 3 types of parts. Centers, edges between 2 centers, and corners between 3 edges. When you move the parts around, you notice that, for example, the edge that is blue and red used to be here, between the blue center and the red center, but now it's up there. Now what you need to know is that when you rotate the Rubik's Cube, the centers do not move. Like this one just rotated, but it stayed in place, and the adjacent ones didn't turn. When I turn the blue face, the adjacent centers do not turn, but the blue face does, even though the center does not move. It just stays there, but it just turns. So when you want to solve a Rubik's Cube, all you need to know is how to solve the edges and the corners. So also, final thing that you need to know is that to solve a Rubik's Cube, there are algorithms. An algorithm is just a formula of moves. For example, this is just a sequence that I learned by heart. For example, and it takes this edge, puts it here, and this edge goes here, while this one goes there. This is just a sequence of moves. You are not going to need this one, because this method is really the simplest method that I could think of. So yes, this is going to be very easy. Now, first step is to scramble the Rubik's Cube. So what you're going to want to do at first is start with the white cross. Now to do so, you need parts that are white and another color, in this case edges. You're going to start with the edges because the cross is made up of 4 edges. The corners, you'll worry about this later. Now to do so, there are multiple ways of doing this. So you want an edge to have white on top. This one is not white on top. So you're going to move any face to get it away from the top face, which is the white face, okay? Now, something you'll notice is that the white is now here. You can bring it up to the white face, like this, for example. And then something that's very important is that this is the white and green edge. So you want to turn the top face until the edge that is white and green is between the white center and the green center. There are not many options. It could have been orange, blue, red, or green. Now that this is solved, you're going to want to put the other edges on the top face. Now, if I put a white and orange edge on the top face, you'll notice that it's on the wrong side, because here, this should be orange. That's because the orange center, which is the part that doesn't move, is on the other side. So, instead of moving it up here, you know that it's supposed to go there. So the slot where it is supposed to go is on that side. So what you're going to do is you're going to move the top face until the slot where you want to bring this part is here, since you can bring this part here. So you turn the top face until the slot is here, move the part into the slot, and bring the face back to where it was, and it is in the right position. Now you need to do this for every single edge out there. Let's see. So I've got the blue-white edge here. Luckily for me, the blue is already paired up and the white just needs to move up here. So this is correct. And this part, I got lucky again, because here the red parts are already together and the white part just needs to go up to the white face. Now let's say I was not so lucky and I ended up having the edge in the wrong place, in the sense that the white-red edge could be moved up here, but it's not in the right direction because the red is on the white side and the white is on the red side. So what I do is, as you can see, I can still move it up and put the white part of the edge on the white face like this, except something that you might have noticed, it's not in the right slot because the slot is right there. Now what you need to do is move the white face as I showed you earlier so that the slot is in the place where the edge can go, which is right here. So we want this slot to be right here. So you just need to turn the top face like this and bring the edge here. And then move the face back to where it was so that every single edge on the white face is paired up with the right centerpiece. Now that you've got the white cross, all you need to do is put it on the bottom because you won't be needing it anymore. Now is the first algorithm that I'm going to teach you, and it is called the sexy move. And now I'm going to need to show you what the different turns are called. So let's assume this is the face that you have in front of you. And this is the right face, this is the up face, this is the down face, this is the front face, the left face, and the back face. Now, there are letters that correspond to the moves that you do. So for example, if you want to move the right face, it's called R. And if you want to move the right face counterclockwise, it's called R prime. Same for the front face with F and F prime. Up is U. Up in the counterclockwise direction is U prime. Same goes for L, which is left clockwise, and L prime counterclockwise. Now something that's a bit subtle is that F is this, but B is this. That's the back face. As you can see, it's not in the same direction because here F clockwise is in this direction, but back counterclockwise would be in this direction. Now why? That's because it's when you look at a face that it turns in a certain direction. This is clockwise, this is clockwise, but when you look at it from the back, you see that clockwise turns it the other way because it's not the same point of view. Now when I say B, it's back like this. It looks like it's counterclockwise, but when you look at it from this side, it's clockwise. So when I call a move which is either R or U, it's going to be clockwise. If I do U prime or R prime, it's going to be counterclockwise. But when I do B, you have to be careful to do it clockwise when you're looking at this face, which is the back face. That's just one subtle thing that you need to know. Now, as I said, and I'm going to summarize them right here, the moves are R, which is right, R prime, right in the counterclockwise direction, L for left, U for up, D for down, B for back, and I believe I forgot L for left, maybe, or D for down. Anyways, everything is here, so this is what you need to know. Now, let's start with the first sequence of move, or algorithm. And this is called the sexy move. You're going to need it multiple times when solving the Rubik's Cube. So this is R, U, R prime, U prime. You're going to need to know this by heart. So what I recommend is you learn how to do the move yourself. So I'm holding this like that. I'm holding the Rubik's Cube like this. So this is the top face, this is the front face. I have my finger right there between two parts and my thumb between two parts. That's because I'm going to turn it and use this finger to turn the face. Same on the other side. I'm holding those two parts with my two fingers and those two parts with my thumb. That way I'm holding all four parts on both sides so that they don't move around. And here I'm only holding two parts, that way I can do this as much as I want. And those fingers will allow me to make those moves. So this is the sexy move. Let me do it again so you can see. So R, U, R prime. Now I'm releasing my fingers, U prime. R, U, R prime, U prime. I highly recommend that you do this a lot and make sure that you do it well before you move on to the rest, because this is something you're going to use a lot. Now let me explain why you're going to use it a lot. As you can see, now that I've done the cross, I want to move on to the corners. Now, for example, here you can see the corner that I'm looking for is the white, blue, red corner. And it is just over the slot where I want to put it. And that's perfect. When it's just over the slot where you want to put it, you just have to do the sexy move until it's solved. So for example, R, U, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime. It's already solved. Now, I'm going to do this for all the corners. Now I need the white, green, red corner, and I notice that it's right here. So I'm going to turn the top face until it's over the slot where I want to put it in. R, U, R prime, U prime, 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 R, U, R prime, U prime. And it's in the right position. I'm going to do this for every single corner. Now there is one case which is perfect because I wanted to show you that case in any situation where you might be confronted with this. So there's one situation where the corner that you're looking for is not here, and it's not on the top face either. For example, here you're looking for the white, orange, blue corner, and it's actually here. So you can't just turn the top face and have it land over the slot where you want to put it. And on this side, you can't do it either with the white, green, orange edge because it's right there. So what do? You just replace this with any corner that's on top by doing the sexy move. R, U, R prime, U prime. Now it's here, and I want it to go down there. So I need to put it over the slot where it's supposed to go and do R, U, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, until it's in the right position. And I have to do this with the last corner piece. Now let's imagine, this is something I didn't show yet. Let's imagine it's not on the top face, it's on the bottom face already, but in the wrong orientation. Well, lucky for you, it's still the same thing. R, U, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime. So this is the first algorithm that you need to know. It's R, U, R prime, U prime. It's called the sexy move. Now the second algorithm you need to know is the one that you're going to use to solve the second layer, which is right here. Now what you need to do is find an edge that belongs to the second layer. In this case, it's an edge that doesn't have yellow on it because the top face is the yellow face, which means that the second layer doesn't have any yellow edges. So for example, I have the blue-orange edge right there, and I want to put it here. This is the first algorithm that you're going to need to learn. So I'm going to put the T right there. So I'm going to, first of all, match it with the right center. As you can see, it's blue and orange, and the blue edge is, the blue part of the edge is on the side and not on the top face. So I'm going to match it with the corresponding center and make a T. Now this is the second algorithm you need to learn, and this is U prime. So this is what's going to bring it to the left. U prime, L prime, U, L, U, F, U prime, F prime. Now let's see if we have a different situation. Don't look at what I'm going to do right now. It's not very important. I just need to set something up to show you a different case. Okay, there's a second case. So I showed you how to bring it to the left because it was on the blue T was here, and I brought the blue-orange piece to the left side, right there. Now I want to bring it to the right side. Technically, this is just the mirror version of the algorithm. So it's the same algorithm except in the other direction. So instead of using up, left, and front, you're going to use up, right, and front. So the algorithm is U, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, F prime, U, R. So here you can see both algorithms, one the normal one and the other one the mirror version, to bring the part to the right, while the first algorithm brings the part to the left. So now we've learned one algorithm, and now we're going to learn a second one. And actually, technically we're going to learn a third one because I showed you the sexy move and the algorithm for the second layer. Now let's start with the third layer, and let's start by doing the yellow cross. Now luckily for you, the algorithm that I'm going to show you, and that's why this is called the simplified beginner's method, it's because I'm reusing the sexy move for this algorithm, and I'm going to use almost only the sexy move. Now, let me show you the 3 different cases that you can get on a Rubik's Cube. The first case is when you have 0 edges on the cross. So all the edges are in the wrong orientation, which means no yellow part of any edge is on the top face. So all you need to know is F sexy move, F prime, F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime. And this is used in all 3 cases. So as I said, there's one case where you have nothing on top, no part of the cross is solved. You do it anywhere. Let's say here, F, sexy move, F prime. Then when you have the triangle, you move it to the top left. So this triangle here, move it to the top left and do F, sexy move, F prime again. And when you have the line, just do it again, F, sexy move, F prime. So as you can see, you've just learned another algorithm, but it's not really an algorithm because you already knew it. It's the sexy move. So that's why it's called the simplified version of the beginner's method. Now, once you've done this, try to find edges that go together. For example, if I move the top face, you'll notice that the blue edge, which is right here, is next to the blue face, and the red edge is next to the red face. But on the other side, these two are scrambled because they're not in the right place. To do this, you're going to need to learn your 4th algorithm right here. It's R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. U2 just means that you're turning the face twice, 1 and 2. So let me show you that again. So you've placed your blue yellow edge in the right place, the yellow red edge in the right place, and all you have left are these 2. Put them on the bottom left and do R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime, U. This is it. R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime, U. There is another situation that you can get, and technically it's not any more difficult, but in the case where this is correct and this is correct, but these 2 are switched, well, all you need to do is turn the top face once, and you'll notice that these 2 are switched and these 2 are switched. So all you need to do is do the same algorithm as I showed you to switch 2. Do it once for the blue and orange here, and do it once for the red and green. R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime, U. And now you've learned the 4th algorithm, which is technically the 3rd if we count that the last one using the sexy move is not really another algorithm because you already knew it. So you've learned the 3rd algorithm of this method, which is the one I showed you a few seconds ago. Now, you're going to want to position your centers because now the edges are in the right position of the cube, right? The yellow-orange is between the yellow center and the orange center, blue-yellow between blue and yellow, red-yellow between red and yellow, and green-yellow between green and yellow. Now, what you want to do is 3 cycle, which means use 3 parts and switch them together. So this one is going to go here, this one is going to go here, and this one is going to go there. You can only do 3 cycles using this algorithm. So you can see that this is the yellow, green, orange part, and it's supposed to go there. So you want to do a 3 cycle that will switch these 3 parts together. What you need to know is algorithm number 4 of this method, and this is the last algorithm that you will need to know in this method because all other algorithms are basically just the sexy move. It's L prime, U, R, U prime, L, U, R prime, U prime. It's written right here. And now you'll notice that these 3 corners are switched. Now this one needs to go there, this one, which is the yellow, blue, red, needs to go there, which is the yellow, blue, red slot, and the yellow, red, green needs to go there, which is the yellow, red, green. You'll notice that now it's in the other direction and not in that direction. Luckily for you, you can use this algorithm twice and it will have the same effect. So L prime, U, R, U prime, L, U, R prime, U prime, and now you use it again. L prime, U, R, U prime, L, U, R prime, U prime. Now this was the fourth algorithm. Now, why am I saying this method is only for algorithms when all that's left are these two corners? Well, simply put, all that's left is to use the sexy move again. So now you can put the last face, which is the yellow face, the one we've been trying to finish, on the bottom, and now you're going to use the sexy move on the corner that is in the wrong orientation. So until it's in the right orientation. So R, U, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, U prime. Don't forget the last U prime. And now you'll notice the top is scrambled, but the bottom is not, because this is solved. This corner is solved. So now you're going to turn the bottom face until you've replaced the broken corner that was previously broken by another broken corner, which is this one. And you do the same sexy move again. R, U, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, until it's solved. R, U, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime. And now you can see it's solved. And all you need to do now is to turn the bottom face until this is correct, and turn the top face until this is correct. Because this algorithm, if done 6 times, is actually going to fix the cube. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So technically, if you turn this part and this part, or at least if you need to turn these two parts, well, you're going to do it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, replace it with the other broken part, 5 times, and 6 times, which fixes the rest of the cube. So you're actually not scrambling it, you're just solving it. And again, you've just finished the cube using as a last algorithm the one that you already knew from before, the sexy move. And this is the one that you use so many times, and yet it's so useful for different purposes, and that is what makes it so easy to solve the Rubik's Cube using this method. I really hope this method helped. If you enjoy Rubik's Cubes or enjoyed this video, feel free to subscribe and like my social networks in the description below, and I hope I'll be seeing you comment and watch my videos in the future. I'll see you next week with another video.